Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Real quick, if you are new here and you do enjoy this video and or any other of my Battlefield 5 videos, make sure to go ahead and leave a like, leave a comment, and most importantly subscribe so that you do not miss out on any more content coming out real soon. Getting straight into this video, this is going to be more of a talkative video. There's going to be no gameplay. Sorry. I did want to make a gold-plated weapon for, to keep it going, but I wasn't, yesterday I was so tight on time that I wasn't able to complete the weapon. I was so busy. I was doing some stuff around the house, fixing some things that were broken. So I wasn't able to, get the weapon to level 10 and complete the assignment, so I apologize. That should be coming out tomorrow though, but stay tuned for later on in the day today. I'm going to be double uploading. And yeah, like I said, this is going to be more of a talkative video. There's going to be no gameplay, so I apologize for that. If you don't want, if you just want to see gameplay, then I'm sorry, this is not the video. But if you want to listen to my opinion and see what I have to say, and then, a discussion in the comment section, like what you agree with and like what you want to see in 2019 for Battlefield 5 and moving on into the future, then feel free to do so, and I'll go down there in the comment section as well and respond to some of you guys. So this is my 2019 2020, I don't want to say 2020 yet, because we're basically a whole year away, but this is my 2019 wish list for Battlefield 5. This is some of the things I want to see get implemented, some of the things that are currently missing. I really won't be going too much into like the gameplay side of things, because I'm no expert in that, side of the games, like, oh, what bugs and all that stuff. Like, I know there are some bugs that need to be fixed, but I'm more gonna go off on DLC items that I would love to see in Battlefield 5. So starting off with what I mainly want to see come out in 2019, and this might be a little bit of a stretch. Now, we have heard that they will be adding more armies, more factions into the online multiplayer, so we know that the US is basically coming in. We've seen Sherman tanks, we've seen some US weapons, a Tommy gun, the M1A1 carbine, what else? I can't think of any other weapons, yeah, I can't think of any other weapons that are currently in the game that are, American weapons. But yeah, we have some American assets in the game. So we know for a fact that the U.S. Army is coming into the game. We don't know when. Maybe halfway through this year, maybe towards the end of the year, maybe sometime soon. That would be amazing to see. Another faction that I would love to see is the Japanese faction, the Imperial Army, the Japanese Imperial Army. That there's so much that could come from a Japanese faction DLC, maps, vehicles, weapons, character customization. I can imagine like the Japanese styled ghillie suits like that the Japanese snipers used to like wear when they would like hide in trees and stuff like that. That would be amazing to see. That would bring a whole new level of visuals and way to play the game, for Battlefield 5. So that is something that I really want to see. The US Army and the Japanese Army, the Pacific Theater, having those massive naval fights, with the what are they called, with the massive ships? I forgot what they're called. Oh man, I sound so stupid. I forgot what they're called. They're the aircraft carriers. There we go. Those, yeah, that would be awesome to see. And yeah, also the USSR, the Russians would also, that's something that I feel like is already confirmed, but not really, if you know what I mean. I feel like they're definitely gonna have to add, the Russians, the Battle of Stalingrad, versus the Nazis, the weapons that could come from it, the PPSH comes straight to my head, that would be so awesome in a Battlefield game. The urban fighting, the snow maps when on the Eastern Front, when Germany tried to invade Russia and all that stuff. Those maps would be so amazing to see in this game, with the Frostbite engine. I am so sorry if you can hear some background noise. I apologize for that. And yeah, that's basically my number one on the list, the Japanese Imperial Army, the US faction, which is definitely going to come, and also the USSR. That would be also amazing to see. Now, another thing that I really am honestly shocked that it's not in the game, because this is Battlefield, Battlefield 1, Battlefield 4, Battlefield 3, naval combat. Why is it not in the game? That is my main, like, that is confusing to me. We don't have any at all naval combat, you know. I feel like that would come if naval combat would come into the game. It would come in when the Japanese you know, army or Japanese Imperial Army would come into the game as well, because we do know that, you know, most of those fights were in islands and around water. So for a fact, if they do bring in, you know, the Japanese side into Battlefield 5, we would definitely be getting some naval combat, and that would be amazing to see. That would be super fun. So that is another thing that I want in 2019. Possibly won't happen in 2019. I'm more skeptical because, you know, those were more towards the end of the war, and currently I think Battlefield 5 is taking it, like, the time period is 1940, 1941, if I'm correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's the 1940, the current time period in Battlefield 1. So I think that those kind of, you know, fights would be happening towards the end of Battlefield 5, which is kind of sad, you know, kind of sucks, but hey, you know, not much we can do about that. Another thing that I would, you know, and this is something that I feel kind of, you know, dumb for adding, but it's Battle Royale solo mode. Because if you've, like, read up and seen videos about Firestorm and Battle Royale, you know, the game mode still isn't out. It's coming out in March, so, like, basically 2 months from now. I haven't seen anything at all been said about Battle Royale solo mode. Everything has been about squads, you know, 16 squads, 64 players, you know, but nothing about a solo mode. If there is no solo mode in the Battle Royale for Battlefield 5, I'm going to be highly disappointed, because that's the kind of videos that I want to make, and I'm really, you know, just waiting for March, because I can't wait to pump out Battle Royale videos for you guys. But if there's no solo mode, then it's gonna be so much more difficult for someone like me to try and bring out content. You know, I only play with like 2 people, and they're always, you know, they're most of the time they're not on, and I just rather prefer to make, you know, solo Battle Royale videos most of the time if I were to do so. But the fact that we haven't seen or read up on anything about Battle Royale solo mode is kind of frightening to me, and it's kind of concerning. Hopefully, you know, it's just that they're keeping it all under wraps, and they're going to announce something, you know, soon. But hopefully, you know, they do say something about a Battle Royale solo mode. Now, moving on into my, what is it, 4th, you know, wish, or whatever you want to call it, for Battlefield 5 2019, weapons. Currently, we have around, I want to say 45 to 50 primary weapons. I know I'm wrong on that, so correct me, try and tell me how many weapons there are in the game. But if I go ahead and show you my weapons list, I've already basically maxed out every weapon in the game apart from the snipers, and I'm kind of, I'm not gonna say I'm bored, because I'm definitely not bored of the game, but if you go into the medic, you can there's only 7 weapons to pick from, and it's kind of disappointing, if I'm being honest. Also, if you go ahead and look at this, at the recon class, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 weapons, not counting the Self-Slaughter 1906, which is a new weapon. I know they've added, what, 3 new weapons into the game. 2 of them are free. You know, the shotgun and the ruby rolls. So no, I think it's 4 weapons. The VGO, the new shotgun, the ruby rolls, and the Self-Slider 1906, and the AMG, which I still haven't unlocked. But yeah, I just want to see more weapons, you know, like the Springfield sniper, you know, the M1 Garand, you know, all those kinds, the Browning 1919, I think it is, correct me if I'm wrong. But all those weapons, they're missing from the game, you know. I feel like it's kind of weird that they have weapons like the Tommy gun, which the US faction isn't even in the game, but they have, you know, the Thompson. It's kind of strange to me. But hopefully, once they start releasing these other factions, they're gonna start releasing the weapons for those factions, like the Japanese Type 100, I think it's called. All those kinds of weapons would be amazing to see in this game. I know they're probably gonna come. but we're just gonna have to wait a bit on those weapons. There's probably going to be more weapons in the new patch coming out in like a couple days or so, maybe a week or so. We don't know the release date on that, but there are probably going to be a couple weapons in there. So that'd be cool to see. So yeah, more factions, naval combat, battle royale solo, weapons, and my final wish list. You know, my final pick for a wish list would be more maps. We currently have 9 base maps. Well, one was added post release, you know, Panzerstorm, but I feel like most of the player base has gotten a little bit tired of the maps. There are some maps that people don't even like to play, like myself. I tried to avoid maps like Hamada. What else? Hamada, Twisted Steel. I've grown incredibly tired of that map. Fiel. I've grown incredibly tired of that map as well. The main maps that I play, Devastation, Rotterdam, Aerodrome. I feel like we need more maps. The fact that the game only launched with 8 maps is very, very disappointing. And again, I don't want, like, no pressure on DICE or EA or anything, because everything is free basically. All the DLC that's coming out is free, so we can't really be like, oh, we need, you know, a bigger amount of maps with the DLC. But it would be awesome to see, like, you know, in previous Battlefields where, like, an expansion would bring 4 maps, like I remember Battlefield 4. They brought back Caspian Border, Gulf of Oman. What else? Operation Metro, I think it was. Not Operation, yeah, Operation Metro. And I forgot what other map came with it. But yeah, I just would love to see more maps. You know, again, the Frostbite engine it's incredible. I would love to see some island maps based around Japan. More urban maps like in Germany, like Berlin and things like that. That would be awesome. More countryside maps like the ones we currently have that are in France, like Arras, Twisted Steel, for example. Even though I don't really like that map, it would be cool to see more maps like that. More like maps in like Norway. What else? Greece. Oh yeah. Firestorm is also going to bring, I think, I'm not positive, but I think it's 2 maps. There's going to be 2 maps in Greece, if I'm correct. But yeah, that's basically my 2019 wish list. I know it was a little bit all over the place, but I feel like I got my point across. You know, I want to see more factions. I want to see naval combat. I feel like it's a big part of Battlefield 5. You know, those big, massive, open battles. You know, land, sea, air, water. It's kind of missing. You know, it's like a piece to the puzzle it's a big piece that's missing from the puzzle. To me, I really enjoy naval combat. I really enjoyed that naval DLC that came out in Battlefield 4. I know that Battlefield 1, I don't think that it had too much in naval combat. I know there was a map that came out like with the DLC that had naval combat in it, but I'm not too sure because I never played it. But yeah, just the fact that the game base doesn't have any naval combat is pretty disappointing to me. But apart from that, that's basically gonna wrap up my list. If you guys agree with some of the stuff I listed, then tell me what you agree with, and if you disagree and you would like to see something else, then definitely feel free to do so in the comment section down below. I will definitely be reading your comments. I feel like this is going to cause a lot of discussions in the comment section, and I cannot wait to read those, and I cannot wait to see what you guys want to see come to the game. I feel like I listed and said a couple of, or most of the things I said were pretty, you know, popular picks for people. Like, a lot of people obviously want to see the Japanese, the US, the Russians, you know. Battle Royale is obviously coming out, but we want to see it, you know. I would love to have it now. Sadly, we don't have it now. Obviously more weapons, and obviously more maps. Again, leave your picks in the comment section down below. I will be going down there and reading them. Again, I'm sorry that this wasn't a gameplay video, but I will be bringing out a double upload today of another weapon. Just leave it in the comment section down below what weapon you want to see me play with later on in the day, and I will definitely be bringing that video to you guys. So that's going to wrap up this video. If you did enjoy, make sure to go ahead and leave a like, leave a comment again, and most importantly, subscribe so that you do not miss out on any more Battlefield 5 videos coming out real soon. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you later on in today's video and in the near future. Peace out, take care, and I'll catch you on the flip side.